Trying to categorize poets is like trying to catch lightning in a butterfly net. Tonight, we are joined by Sir John Milton. He has provided us with a gallery of rhythmic poems of sheer mastery, which include On Time, On the Late Massacre in Piedmont, and Paradise Lost. Ladies and gentlemen of Pace University, Sir John Milton. It is a pleasure.
Well, to be quite honest, I didn't even really want to be here, but I signed the contract, so here we are.
Now, John, I've said a lot about you, but I have a challenge. In 24 words, I want you to describe yourself as well as you can.
24 words. Alright. Composing expansive, masterful poems in a variety of forms, and daring prose in defense of civil, domestic, and religious liberties, and the Puritan cause.
Checkmate. Now, Sir Milton, when did you establish yourself as a serious poet?
Well, I came out of the womb with a scroll and a quill. Yes, it's quite funny actually, because I wrote better poems than you when I was 4.5 weeks old.
Oh.
Yeah, it's funny. But around 21, I really decided to start taking my writing seriously, and I wrote about 12,000 poems, all brilliant.
Well, you know, there has been some sharp criticism of your poems in the past.
John Milton doesn't write bad poems.
Oh, well, your confidence sure is uncanny. So you say, Sir Milton, that you started taking poetry a little bit more seriously around the age of 21, and I was wondering, when did you start fulfilling your scholarly duties? Are you paying attention to what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, well, I was wondering where you fulfilled your scholastic duties.
I attended college, first at Christ College, then at Cambridge University.
That is a good one.
It's prestigious. Where I began writing in Italian, Latin, as well as modern English. So, it was a doozy.
Ah, yes. Now, Sir Milton, I hear that you traveled in Europe, spending much of your time in Italy. How was that?
It was good. It was really Italian. I liked it a lot. Rented mules, knapsacking to the countryside.
Beautiful.
Met a farmer. Yes. That's about it.
Riveting. You married Mary Powell, who left you 3 years after your spiritual unity. What happened?
All was well with Mary, except for when we took a trip to Italy I spoke of earlier. We rented those mules. It all started with a nice little ride down this path, and then Mary disappeared. Mary gave that quick little hya, and mule took off into the distance, and never saw Mary again. Actually, I did see Mary 1 week later in a saloon with 5 other men. 5. Can you imagine what that feels like when I'm trying to write poems about love, when I really don't love seeing Mary with 5 other men?
I don't often jump out of my seat, but I am ready to jump out at this moment.
I was ready to jump off my mule and just forever.
Nice. Heart-wrenching. Heart-wrenching.
of the 5 men that she found in her little saloon, she came up with Fabissimo. Fabissimo was the community bricklayer who she found strikingly attractive. I thought I was strikingly attractive. But anyways, Mary decided that Fabissimo would be her new man. And I'm not gonna lie, Fabissimo did lay a good brick.
You gotta respect a good brick. She must be from the gates of Hades.
She ran off to Tuscany, and she built a cottage. It wasn't even out of bricks. It was straw. What a hoax. Fabissimo. Rubbish. Rubbish.
Well, I hope that cottage turned into rubble. You published Areopagitica in 1644. What did that do for your career?
It was a great boost for my career, actually. I wouldn't say it kickstarted it because I had already been writing awesome poems for many, many years before. But yeah, it really expressed the freedom of press, which means basically writers can express how they feel without intervention of extraneous bodies. That's about it.
Well, that is an incredible concept at such an early time. Well, there was another article you wrote, a pamphlet actually, if you will. In 1649, it says here, you published A Tenor of Kings and Magistrates, a pamphlet defending the rights of the people against tyrants. That's quite an epic, bold move you made there when there was so much suppression against all the writers.
That is true. It was bold.
Tip of the cap. Tip of the cap.
Well, tip of the cap to you.
Today now, in our presentation, we're going to open it up our show to the entire audience. If anyone has a question for Sir Milton, we'll, anyone at all, go ahead.
Why not?
Anyone. Oh, anyone, yep. Oh, yes, incredibly creepy Quaker oatmeal man behind me here in the chair. Go ahead, fire at will.
One here is a shout out to Jebediah. You know what I'm talking about right here. Be quite honest, James, you smell like hairspray. Bad gel. But this question's for you. I was just wondering, me and my friends at the Quaker Oatmeal Factory were wondering, what does your future have in store for you?
Well, my future is over because it's weak. It really is weak. I get jailed by King Charles II after his restoration because of my writings supporting Parliament. I go blind, in which I must say I wrote my best epic poems because I forced my daughters to read to me in languages they didn't even understand, and they wrote them for me. It really shows you who the man of the house is.
In my closing statements this evening, I've come to the conclusion that, well, through our adventures, that John Milton's been through a lot, and through his literary poems and epics and all the things that he's created through his lifetime outside of the stationery, what we've come to realize is he's been through a lot. And I think that's what it takes to become a great poet. It's life experiences that help shape and mold what you have to say on the paper. It's the life experiences. It's the life that transfers to the stationery. So, from Bravo and our great studio here in Pace University, I'd like to sign off as James Lipton, and for who is not here anymore, Sir Milton. Good evening. can't smile at me.
You can't be smiling. Hey, you guys do.
Now, John, I've said a lot about you, but before I start rambling again, as I usually do, in 24 words, please describe yourself.
Composing expansive, masterful poems in a variety of forms, and daring prose in defense of civil, domestic, religious. It's hard, dude. It's hard.
Composing expansive, masterful poems in a variety of forms and daring prose in defense of civil, domestic, and religious liberties in the pursuit of Puritan
cause.
Now, John, you married Mary Powell. You married Mary Powell, who left you in 3 years after your civil union. No, that's like the Lisbon. So you say, Sir Milton, that you started taking poetry a little bit more seriously around the age of 21, and I was wondering, when did you start fulfilling your scholarly duties? Are you paying attention to what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, well, we repeat that then. I was wondering about where did you fulfill your scholarly duties?
College. College. I attended Christ College and Cambridge University. Where did you attend college?
I don't know. College International. You married Mary Powell, who left you 3 years after your spiritual unity. What happened?
It's really funny. You actually brought up Mary. She was a good woman, scandalous. She got caught up in the lying game. It all started when we went to Italy on that awesome trip. Yeah, it wasn't so awesome when we veered off the mule track. Mary kicked it into high gear. Of those 5 men, she came up with Babissimo, who's her favorite community bricklayer. I mean, he did lay a good brick.
Gotta respect a good brick. It's just too good.
You won't do it.
Well, this fine evening we've gone through quite an adventure, all the way to Italy and back. And, you know, I don't know what else to say about it other than John Milton is just, you gotta root for the guy. You know, he's quite confident, but deep down I think that, you know, if I had a final say in this, I believe that John he has some problems with the emotions. You know, he's a good guy. He is. But, you know what? John Milton needs a second chance. I'm rambling, this isn't good. Let's cut.